Hey,
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
how's
hey,
it
did
going?
that actually work first time today?
I know.
How are
Sorry, that was me. Good, how are you?
you? Good. It's great to be here with you
You
guys.
too.
Yeah, for
Yeah, it
sure.
takes us a few minutes to get everybody on because Instagram's a pain in the butt,
Yeah.
but that one worked really quick.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
Hi, Sarah.
good.
Hey, Sierra.
All right, well, thanks for coming. We're excited.
Yeah, for sure. Don't mind my hair. It is like whatever today.
The humidity, it's okay. No judgment.
Right? Something like
I'm
that.
just my beanie because it's cold, so you know.
Right.
It's freezing.
So, how did you guys get into music?
Wow. Well, it goes really far back. I feel like we both grew up kind of like in musical households where nobody played like professionally, but everybody played something. I feel like, would you say?
Yeah. My dad played bass, so I got
My
to
dad did too.
practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing parents. But yeah, so it was just always around, and yeah, here we are. People are still listening. So
Now, how long have you guys been together?
let's see. The band has existed, what, about 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about
6
six
years.
years. Yeah, we've known each other for about 10 years.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really fun. Like, I
Oh,
love your music because it's so gets you pumped and ready to go.
Yeah,
thank
we
you.
were listening to it on the drive home. It was great.
Oh,
I do
thank you.
too.
Yeah. Appreciate
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
it. That's what.
Who are some artists that have inspired you?
Do you want to go?
Sure. I mean, I think like the first musical memory I have is listening to The Doors, so I've always loved kind of the throwback type of music.
True.
Very
True.
influential, wanting to just like make something like that.
Yeah. I was always like a rocker, like when I was like 5, I was into like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and shit like that. And then as I got older, heavier and heavier. Um, but I feel like at some point I've gone through every rock sub like a phase of. Like I was into metal, and then I was into hardcore, and then I was into punk, and then I was into indie, and then I was into alternative, and so I feel like a lot of our sound is kind of just like,
Giant conglomerate
yeah, yeah,
of
of
it
all
all.
of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's like distilled down.
I was gonna say there was really no set sound to it. I love it.
Oh,
Like it's just out there.
thank you.
Unpredictable, I know.
Well, we feel like everybody now, like most people don't listen to albums; they're just like playlists. And so part of the idea of the band, like, what if the album at like a playlist, like it sounded like different, genres and artists, and I don't know, it's just a little less boring. I feel like.
I have ADHD, so it kind of I jump around. Like,
Yeah,
it's so helpful, like different types of music
Yeah.
all at
yeah,
once. So.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like our generation went through all of those different phases with their music too, so it like totally works.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some pretty messed up music. And then we just all kind of like came back together
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah. I think we all go through phases.
Yeah, totally. I know, like I was in elementary school listening to like gangster rap, so
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
I think.
Now I'm more into the metal
Yeah,
stuff, so you just never know.
yeah. And I feel like if you ask most people, what do you listen to? Everybody says everything.
Yeah.
Time
Yep.
they'll be like, "Oh, I listen to everything," and they kind of do. They'll have like, Bring Me the Horizon next to Taylor Swift, next to, I don't know, Less Than Jake or something, next to Dr. Dre, or yeah,
I
just
see you've been going through Jen's playlist.
Yeah.
oh,
I think it's really cool when we have collaborations like that too, or like covers. Like I Prevail did a Taylor Swift
yeah,
cover, and like so a lot of times I find mainstream music based off of like rock covers of those songs. I'm like, oh, this is actually a really good song.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Or that was our last song, was a Taylor Swift cover that was all like punk, and
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun for sure.
Kellen Quinn, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, That's awesome.
I like that.
And
Yeah, so do we. We listen to pretty much well, yeah, we listen to everything.
yeah. Like Marla said, pop, rock, rap,
Yeah.
R&B. And I feel like that's like becoming a sound now. It's like people are just kind of like taking all of those and just putting them into one thing.
yeah,
Hmm.
Well, and then
No,
you
I
look back and
agree.
feel like when Linkin Park and Jay-Z
Yeah,
collaborated, like
that
that's
was
when you get like the best outcomes is when you have these different genres come
that's right.
together.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have stuff coming out later in this year that's kind of like that Jay-Z Linkin Park
Ooh,
map.
That's awesome. Can't wait.
that is awesome.
Sure.
What is your favorite song to perform?
What would you say?
I'll let you.
Me? Well, it's always changing. You know, for a long time, I feel like it was like Tarantino.
Yeah.
Just because that was like our first song that kind of took off, and it's just a fun one to play. I feel like it's always like the changing point in the show. But lately, I don't know. Bruce Lee has been a lot of
Which has
fun.
been a lot of fun. It also depends on the audience because once
True.
you see that they're really starting to rock out to it, it's like you kind of thrive on that. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But when a pit breaks out, like you said, it is pretty sweet.
There we go.
Off. That's always a good time for sure.
Oh,
Of course.
absolutely.
What all instruments do you guys play?
Well,
I play bass and ukulele pretty much.
and sing. And sing.
My vocals, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then I play everything else: drums, keyboards, guitars, vocals.
Cool.
Weird stuff like cabasas.
Throw random stuff in there.
No, usual.
No, that's cool.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened at a show?
At a show? I mean, we've seen some unspeakable acts at shows. What's the craziest thing you guys have seen at a show?
Probably when I went to the Offspring. I mean, this is the first time that I've seen the Offspring when I was old enough. And we actually were up in one of like the sides. We weren't down on the floor or anything, but when they started singing, I think the kids aren't all right or something. They started throwing blow up dolls. And
Oh, that's awesome.
put into the audience, and they were like crowd surfing with the blow up dolls.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, mine isn't super crazy, but like I went to a Senses Fail show, and during Bite to Break Skin, like this fight broke out behind me.
Oh,
These two huge dudes were like pushing people to get to the front, and this one guy was like slamming this girl into the barricade next to me, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she just like kind of smiled at me, and then like after the show, she was like hugging on him. Apparently, that was her boyfriend. I'm like, "You just let him do that to you?"
Wow.
But yeah, like when they got in a fight, he pushed a girl, and so that girl's boyfriend punched him. So of course that guy got kicked out, and the idiot that started the fight got to stay, which
How does that work?
you know,
That
crazy.
just doesn't work.
No,
It's not.
No.
but I guess security doesn't say everything that goes on, so they just gotta make a judgment call. Oh, you punched him, you're out.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you know.
But yeah, drunken people, that's crazy. But it happens all the time.
They'll do things for sure.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place that you guys performed?
Oh
So
man, together. Okay. I was gonna say all time was probably the Ryman, but as first, probably East Side Bowl.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Or honestly, High
Dive.
Dive. Yeah, High Dive in
Gainesville.
Gainesville, Florida. Yeah, that's a great spot.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, that's really fun. A lot of great concerts at both of those venues. You know.
Okay, so you guys are in Florida too?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we live in Nashville, but like when we tour and stuff, and I grew up in Gainesville, so we went and played last October, I want to say.
Like a hometown. Yeah.
Shout out to Travis from Punk Nights because I know he
He's the one actually, he's like, you should talk to Mikey. And I was like, you know what? That's actually really cool because I like their sound.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, he's awesome, and yeah, he had us down with Felicity and Reckless Giants, and yeah, that was a great time. That or the Eastside Bowl, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Travis gives JoJo a lot of people to look into, so shout out to him for
Keeps
sure.
me busy. Go check this person out. Go check this person out. They'll talk to you. Like, okay.
Yeah, so JoJo's in Canada. I'm in New Mexico, so we're just kind of all over the place. But like most of the bands we seem to interview are in Florida.
Yeah, a lot of them for sure. And then a lot of them moved to Nashville, which is kind of funny. You never
Yeah.
know this, but I love both of those places. My parents used to live in Roswell, so we used to go out
Oh.
there.
Really cool.
Yeah, the desert, love it.
Roswell and all the aliens.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I was talking to Aaron from Under Oath, and he lives in Nashville. Obviously, he works with a lot of country artists, but he was talking about how if he didn't write for country artists, he'd move to New Mexico because he loved it so much.
Yeah, it's great. And
that's interesting. Yeah,
him because he's another Floridian turned Nashvilleian.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or New Mexico
Yeah.
in New Mexican.
New Mexico. Yeah.
That is my new favorite thing. I am sorry, Jen.
Is that a thing? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Floridian, Nashville,
New Mexican.
New Mexican.
Yeah. New Mexican. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have it's like where I'm from, it's just like we have like Cape Bretoners or we have like Nova Scotians. We have stuff like that too.
Yeah, for sure. Canada's great.
Or like we have, because I'm in Albuquerque, so the locals call them burquinos. So if you want to get even crazier,
Right?
Okay.
yeah.
What
For
was
sure.
that, sorry?
What's that?
What?
Oh no, you just cut out. I was just like, what was
Oh,
that?
no. I was just saying Albuquerque gets wild for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I've heard.
Yeah, we got some wild stuff. I mean, it's like not Breaking Bad all the time, but we've definitely got our areas that are totally exactly like the show.
Oh God. You have fun with that.
Yeah, even the house, like in the show where they threw pizzas on the roof, like they had to like call the cops because so many people were throwing pizzas on this roof after the show was over.
My God.
Like, yeah. Yeah, so like the guy that played Mike on the show like had to come on and make an announcement. He's like, anybody that gets caught throwing pizzas on this roof, I will come find you and I will kick your ass personally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's been on the roof though.
Just keep your roof clean and
Yeah.
then you got free.
Yeah.
Snack later.
Spot up here. You know, people say like UPS, leave your package here, you know?
Place pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leave your pizza here. It'll be taken care of. It'll be here when you get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, what is your favorite type of food?
Oh no.
I'm not going that way.
We actually had Mexican food last night.
Oh, yeah,
Believe it or not, it was
Ooh.
really yeah. There's a Mexican place here that has a takeout, like a drive-through window that we just discovered. So we're like, let's give that a shot for sure.
Cool.
But, now that or pizza, maybe.
Probably pizza.
Yeah, sushi.
Yeah. Pizza's always
Is a go-to. Yeah. Yep. I love it.
Yeah, usually when we bring up the topic of food, it gets a little wild because then people start talking about like weird food combinations that they like. So we've had some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We went to the like the wing festival one time in Buffalo, super random, and there's like 100 flavors of wings.
Or like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, yeah. There were some really weird flavors that definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, wings.
Yeah,
Weird.
That is weird.
yeah. But I had one time when I was in Austin, I had chocolate bacon, and that was not too bad. It was okay.
No, chocolate bacon's good.
I was like freaking out, like, oh my god, this is so amazing, and like I didn't that good, but it worked.
It's like that
you know?
salty sweet combo.
Yeah, it was like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, that's kind of like when they do the maple bacon donuts. Have you ever had those?
No, I've never had one of those.
Yes,
No.
I have.
Those are pretty good.
I do get down with poutine though, talking about Canadian cuisine.
Yeah, that stuff is amazing. It's like heart attack on a plate, but oh my god, it's worth it.
Which is like, why isn't it in America then? You know what I mean? You think people would love it here. Yeah. But it's just not that prevalent.
No, but
No.
it's in gravy.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
for heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit you, JoJo, and try that.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to go visit you and try some.
I'll make them. I make good ones.
So good.
So do you guys have any upcoming shows?
We don't have any shows right now. Well, actually, we have Grunge Night on the
23rd.
On the 23rd in Nashville. We're playing Basement East Grunge Night. Really excited about that. Yeah, last time it was amazing. There was like one of the guys from Queen. There was Johnny from Nothing More, and
Cool.
some of the people from Hailstorm. And it's always like all these people, they just get on stage and they jam different songs together. So it's always really cool. We did the last one, and we're doing one. We did the 23rd. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if you're in the area, go check them out.
Yeah, definitely.
What is your creative process like when making music?
Like, how is it made?
Like, kind of like how you like come up with new songs and stuff like that.
Back away, and
I just kind of hear it in my head, you know. Sometimes it's like fully formed, and it's like getting out of my head into Pro Tools and into the world is the difficult part. But other times it'll just be like and just kind of naturally evolve like that, and then you go back and it's like, oh, this was a cool idea, or man, maybe we don't do that one. And I think the key is like having a lot of songs. I feel like a lot of people, they'll just write like just a couple of songs and it's like, okay, we got the record. And so I don't know. We've got a lot of songs, but try to
voice memos at like 3,000 plus.
we try to quality control of like, okay, and not that everything's like perfect or anything, but like, like don't let that one out, or oh, this one seems to be popping off live, or saying, oh, you should do that one. So just, I don't know. I feel like making the music's the easy part. It's more trying to decide what to release and when to release it.
Yeah.
So, especially because different songs are, like we were talking about earlier, different genres.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, we got to do this one, and then this one can follow it. And so that's the part that gets tricky sometimes.
Finding the flow.
Yeah, for sure.
No, absolutely.
It looks like we had a question pop up from Marlo.
Love it.
If you could make music with a band or artist, past or present, who would it be?
Question, Marlo. No, I would say Dave Grohl, because we both have randomly met him at separate times, and he's like the nicest dude.
So down there.
Yeah, I feel like that's an obvious answer. Weird answer. What do you think?
I think sitting in with Kurt would be.
That'd be cool.
On the
Yeah.
writing process. I feel like that would be.
Yeah,
incredible.
Kurt Cobain for sure. Definitely Mark Ronson too.
Yeah.
Would be really cool.
Genius level.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
She said yes. Love Dave.
Everybody.
Everybody loves Dave.
He seems to be everywhere. All of a sudden, somebody's like, "Oh, I saw him over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter South Park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
What would you guys be doing right now if it wasn't for music?
It's funny. I thought you were going to say the interview. I'd be like, oh, we'd be playing music right now. I was like, oh, of course, yeah. Wow. Tattoos, skateboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Making terrible graffiti.
Traveling.
Oh no, the background is cool as hell. Come on.
That is really
Fun adding to it.
Yeah, it's fun adding to it for sure. I don't know. We've always made music. It would be weird not to. Maybe cooking. I feel like cooking is fun. No. I like to cook.
To feel comfortable.
I feel like it's creative. I like winging it, getting ingredients, and just going for it.
Experiments sometimes turn out to be the best things you've ever eaten, though.
Taco once, and I was not. I didn't think it was going to be good, and it was amazing.
Yeah, meatball taco was surprisingly good. Yeah, for sure. So if you don't have tacos, just make meatballs and then turn it into taco.
interesting.
I might actually have to try that one of these nights.
Good stuff.
So do you have any upcoming new releases?
Oh yeah, for sure. So we've got a lot of them this year. The next one is coming February. the beginning. I can't say the date just yet because we're just so close to having it confirmed, wrapped up, and
Right.
everything. It's a really cool collaboration. I think we can say who it is, right? Maybe, probably. We did a song with The Dangerous Summer, and
Cool.
Awesome.
yep, and it's got a really cool, what would you say, alternative, maybe slightly electronic kind of feel.
Yeah, it's another great driving song if you want to like.
The drive. I think a lot of our songs are driving songs.
They are. I love it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm traveling to Arizona later this year to go see Asking Alexandria, so I'll have to blast you guys the whole way there.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's like a 6.5 hour drive, so
Oh. Wow.
you're great, man. It gets hot though.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's great over there though.
yeah, it's like end of May, so hopefully it won't be too hot.
We'll have a few new songs out by then.
Yeah.
At least by May.
Yeah, at least three.
Yeah, at least 3. Yeah, maybe 4 by then.
Nice.
Cool.
I will put them all on your playlist.
Thank you, for real. It helps. Everyone helps.
Of course. What is the best advice you've ever been given?
I don't. Maybe don't do it.
Probably like every.
It's a trap.
Everything is figure outable.
Oh
Even
yeah.
if things get hard, suck. It's you'll figure it out and you come out the other end. So you figure
That's
it
true.
out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, just have less, right? I know it's like a cliche, but
Yeah. Along with don't grow up. It's
yeah, fair.
Stay young and playful and find the fun in things.
Yeah.
It's been important.
Yeah, that's true for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't. What was even the question? Well, the best advice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just be you. I feel like that's probably maybe some of the best advice. Like, just do you, man.
Yeah.
You know, like
Stay humble.
Yeah. Gotta stay humble. You know, that's 101 for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the advice on stay young. You gotta like find happiness in things. Don't let the world turn you hard. There's so much bad out there. You gotta find what makes you happy.
That's so true. And I feel like the whole concept of mindfulness, like gratitude, that was definitely for me. I feel like, reminding ourselves like on the daily of like, we have a roof and, like all the awesome basic things. Yeah, for sure.
And if you were to give some advice to anyone starting out, what would that be?
Don't do it. I say that for 2 reasons. Because I think the best motivation you can have is someone telling you that you can't do something, right? I mean, don't we all love that? Of like, I'm gonna do, and I feel like if you stick with it long enough, then you really can and do. But I don't know.
Mine would be just stick with it.
Yeah.
I've hit so many points of feeling frustrated and like, forget this. But sticking with it, and then all of a sudden you get it. And
you're yeah. That's probably the best advice.
Just hang in there. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good advice. That is really good advice. What is the most surprising influence on your music that your fans would not expect from you guys?
Ooh.
That's for them to say, Marlo.
Well, see, you like at least someone from every genre, So I don't know. I mean, it's not. We don't exactly like listen to classical music, but like we like Chopin and stuff like that. Or, I don't know, because I mean, we listen to everything. Probably country the least.
Yeah.
Which we're in Nashville. Obviously, I have a long history of country. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't. Most surprising influence. I really don't know. I mean, we like everything from like the Beatles to dubstep. So, yeah. I feel like we're not.
That sounds about right. That's kind of my playlist too. So.
I
mean, who doesn't like the Beatles?
Right. We were literally just talking about them the other day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys in Twin Rova said he grew up on the Beatles, and
Oh, yeah.
the first concert he went to was Ringo Starr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the only Beatle that none of them had a beef with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a
Yeah.
reason why. That man was
I
way too good.
feel like I read that he was the only Beatle after they broke up to play on each of their solo things.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
He
Is
was.
that okay? That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like he'd be the least troublemaker out of the group.
Right. Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you sing in the shower?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you like to sing?
Go for it. It's like your own personal concert in it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I feel like unless I have to warm up, and then I'll do like lip trill. But like if I don't have to warm up, no, I feel like because I'm hearing music all day, so I feel like when I get in the shower, quiet.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
I guess.
It does.
Yeah. Bar full concert by myself.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
for sure.
Everybody loves it. So it's
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, we've only had one person come on and say they weren't allowed to sing in the shower because their wife wouldn't let them.
That's sad.
Oh, what was the other response to that? No, dude, I have neighbors.
That's so funny. It's funny. Our neighbors, they have a band. We don't know what their band is though, but we hear them practicing like a couple times a week, and yeah, they keep getting better, so it's inspiring. We'll hear them practice. We'll be like, "Oh, time to get down and practice. Let's go." The neighbors are practicing, so we go to practice. Yeah, yeah.
Good motivation. I mean, like, oh crap, yeah, we got to do that today.
Oh crap! I gotta go.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
We're working on it.
for sure. Yep.
Do you ever find yourself drawing musical inspiration from non-musical places?
I think so. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, emotions, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like any good song, there's some real emotional quality to it, or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
My mind went. He called me one day and was like, "I have this tune stuck in my head," and he sang it, and I was like, "Oh, that's our washing machine."
Oh yeah. Washing machine plays when it's done. It always bugs me.
Must be a Samsung.
Like it plays the whole like little do like song when it's done.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh my God.
This is in my head. Help me.
Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Um.
I'm pretty shy. I'm actually very shy. So beforehand, I always feel like I'm going to throw up. So mine just to throw up and just like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be, so probably just not that.
No, because I feel like so much of it is like you're scrambling to get like you know how it is, especially in the rock scene. It's like okay, we're 5 minutes behind, let's go. So it's always like oh god, are the pedals plugged in? There water on stage somewhere. I don't know. I feel like for me, definitely chugging water, probably taking ibuprofen.
Asking the crowd in the front and get you for a stage
Oh
dive.
yeah,
That's important.
Hopefully, you've always been caught.
Right? Are you guys good to catch me? Okay.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
There's been some close ones where it was an accident. Like I climbed a speaker stack and I had these boots on and I slipped and hit my nether region on the way down.
No.
Like in pain, like oh god. So I was like dying, But the crowd caught me and they just thought it was like part of the show. They had no idea. I was just like oh my god. And back up, I was like coherent enough from the nut shot to just like try and get to it. But that's probably one of my worst stage moments for sure. Yeah.
I get up and walk it off, right? Like nothing happened. You poor thing. Oh.
Sure.
Yeah. that's always crazy when I'm at a show and like one of the band members like gets in the audience, especially like the guitar players, and they'll just like be playing guitar while like the crowd just carries them around, and I was like so scared they're gonna fall, but I haven't seen it happen yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say Marlo was there. Yeah, she was there when I fell and hit myself down. Yeah.
Oh.
What about do you do anything after a show to like calm down? Because I know it's obviously an adrenaline rush when you're on stage.
It is. It
Say
is.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. The other bands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta stay for the other bands for sure. And then yeah, I feel like definitely Bell has become like a thing.
It's like you have all that adrenaline, and then you end up getting really hungry, and then you're like, this would be a perfect
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh yes, mild sauce. Yeah, or pizza. You know, there's like a late open.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Kind of a trick question. I mean,
I would say I like dogs and like puppies, but if I'm more personality wise, I'm more like a cat. Don't approach me right away. Like I'll come up to you.
Yeah.
So I understand cats, but I like dogs. So I
yeah,
guess both.
yeah, that's kind of when we go to our friends' house that have cats and stuff, like they're fun to pet and play with, and I guess I would consider myself more of a dog person.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, at one point accidentally contracted disease from a dog, so I'm a little bit weary of
I don't blame you.
dogs I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know a dog, or they're just like random dogs, I have a little bit of apprehension.
PTSD from
it. PTSD for sure. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I always consider myself a dog person. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Probably walking through walls, so I could just like walk away from people, and there's always like an escape route. Hi.
Feeling really good. I would probably fly. I feel like that'd be the cool one. Just fly around.
Yeah.
I always wanted one of those like Da Vinci, even though I don't think they work, but like one of those Da Vinci bicycles where it has like the little kite on top.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I always thought that looked really cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would
Yeah.
Yeah, both been skydiving, so it feels like flying. So that would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That would be cool to just see people like floating
Me
around.
too.
Yeah.
As long as
I mean, it's 2024, and they said we'd have flying cars by now. So where's our flying cars?
They've got the first flying cars. I don't know if I would ride. I mean, definitely I wouldn't ride in one now, but I don't know at what point that'll be like commonplace.
like the norm. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised that they kind of have them going now.
Yeah. What was the first concert you saw as a fan?
For me, it was Queens of the Stone Age on MTV Live, Orlando, and it was awesome. There was no opener. They just like walked out and they're like, "We're Queens of the Stone Age," and then they just melted stage. Yeah, and it was like indoctrination. There was a pit, and they were on their best behavior, because of MTV being there, and some guy climbed on the stage, and the singer came and like kicked him right in the ass, and he went flying. What on right now?
Me World in Asbury Park.
True.
That was a fun one. They were sociable and fun with the crowd. I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you guys?
Go ahead. Alice Cooper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was insane.
Oh, wow.
Taking it old school.
Absolutely.
I don't know. In the 2010s, sometime we saw him solo at Pilgrimage. I think it was. Yeah, it was a great show.
No, I see that he puts on great shows and stuff like that. Like he hasn't been on this side, even like with NSYNC or solo. So I can't really say anything yet. But they're back together, so never know.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe. Lance definitely keeps insinuating things.
Hmm. Absolutely. I know they're working on something with the Backstreet
Oh,
Boys right now.
that would be a
Wow.
killer tour.
Throwing it back.
Smart, because everybody that
Yeah, could you imagine like if they went on tour together? That would be wild.
Yeah.
Although we're talking about like a reunion layer 90s tour right now with NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and New Kids on the Block. So
There you go.
Wow.
that'll be interesting.
We're into the block, but obviously because they were kind of one of the first to really,
Yeah.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't that Mark Wahlberg?
It's
Marky Mark.
his brother,
Marky
Don.
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Sorry.
He was in that for a little while, and then Donnie Wahlberg, his brother, is in New Kids on the Block.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, Donnie. Yeah.
Now he's an actor on that show Blue Bloods,
Right.
which is insane. I'm always like, you're in New Kids on the Block. This is so weird.
He's actually a pretty good actor. I've seen him in a few things.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
crossover there.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen him in something. I can't remember, but some people just have that talent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite genre of movie? Like, of movies, rather?
Easily comedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I saw on TV, I want it to be like Shallow Brain, just something light, entertain me. But what about you?
Mine's probably horror.
Yeah, she likes horror stuff.
Me too.
Same
Love
here.
horror.
Yeah.
The old
Yeah,
school.
yeah. We went through well, actually, because this day last year, so 1 year ago, we dropped Scary Movie. So with that, we made a little scary movie for our music video, but we watched all the classics. Like we binged Friday the 13th. We watched all, what is it, 13, 12, 13?
Yeah.
And then, all the Friday, all the Halloweens, and I don't know, some random stuff. I feel like Hush was really good.
Hush
Did
was
you guys see that?
amazing.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
Yes.
Yeah. Very original, too,
Mhm.
I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the psychological thrillers that like really make
Yeah.
you think and you like question everything you just saw. It's
Oh, what have you seen Session 9?
No, but I've been hearing really.
You would watch it.
That one is definitely like if you want like a psychological thriller or something that will make you think and then be like, oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Definitely watch it.
I'll have to check that out.
I know. Message us after this as a reminder.
I will.
Now,
It's really weird because half of the CSI crew is in it.
Oh, wow. Love CSI.
That's,
So
that's a good one.
Oh, it is.
It has like a bunch of people, Tom Waits and Chris. What is it? Old guy Walker.
Christopher Walker.
Christopher Walker. I was gonna say Christian Walker.
Walk-in.
Yeah, this guy. He's like right, and he follows around like these 7 different psychopaths, and of course they all like collide at the end.
It's good.
Ooh.
But like thriller, dark comedy, horror.
Awesome.
Cool. It's another one I have to check out now.
Yeah.
We'll have to start a list.
Exactly.
We're gonna have to.
Is there a time when a fan's reaction to your music deeply touched you?
Definitely. I mean, there's always. I mean, when someone says like, your music helped with something difficult, or they were going through a difficult time period, and in some way, those are all the best.
Yeah.
You
Feel
know.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moments.
Yeah. Because life's so crazy. Music's kind of a anchor, or whatever. Compass, kind of keep it sane. But it's cool. I mean, even when you like play a show and the crowd and like they lose their mind and start a pit, I feel like that's cool because that's like a physical response. Don't you think? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They're having so much fun that they just want to like react to it.
Doesn't matter if it's violent or not.
Yeah, luckily
Reaction.
they haven't been too bad.
Yeah.
If we saw something, stop the song.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love when artists do that. It's like, okay, you know what? They're not just going to ignore it. Like even the security guard's trying to break up a fight or something. It's like, no, Pink does it too. She just stops her show and be like, no, get the hell.
Yeah.
Get out of my show.
Yeah, I just saw the
Yeah.
Word Alive in December, and they had to stop the show. And he's like, "Are you okay? You
Yeah.
okay?" And they like made sure they were like in the middle of a song. And they're like, "All right, we're gonna start this whole song all over again." And so
Yeah.
they completely started over after they made sure the person was okay. But yeah, I love when artists do that because
Yeah.
they don't always see what's going on, but when they do, most people I've seen have stopped and made sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, because those are your people.
Yeah.
You gotta look after each other, you know. It's funny when we saw Adele, she would just like stop, not necessarily like someone fighting, but she would just like start a wrong note or something.
Yeah.
It didn't even like sound wrong. It would sound great.
Yeah.
She'd be like,
Story. Yeah.
and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna start that over. I'm gonna do that.
So
Yeah, she could get away with it though.
Yeah,
I was gonna say she could sound like a dying goose or go up on the stage and she could sound like with laryngitis and everybody would be just sitting there like just watching her.
yeah.
Truly.
For sure. Yeah.
If you could open for any artist, who would it be?
Oh man. I don't know because obviously like we've had collaborating with
Right.
all
That's
people.
something, yeah, the Eagles would
The Eagles of Death Metal
Yeah.
would be a ton of fun to play with. Jesse's hilarious,
Yep.
so that would definitely be a ton of fun. I feel like he might be a bad influence though.
probably.
Father bad.
Now, Mikey, stay humble. Remember that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, anybody we've collaborated with, or let's see if we
Who's
have.
the Foos, right?
Yeah, the Foos. Yeah, that would be a ton.
Because usually they come out and play.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like because we have so many different songs. I feel like we could kind of play with anybody and get along pretty well.
I like to think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 I could see you fitting with pretty much anything.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go back to Warped Tour. I miss that.
I know they totally need to bring Warped Tour back.
They do.
So yeah, those were the days for sure.
Yeah, I went like every summer when I was in high school.
Yeah,
It was the best.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Playing it was like just a dream.
I can imagine.
Afterward, the bar would always get really, really wild.
I bet.
So there's a lot of folklore surrounding that.
I saw Katy Perry at Warped Tour like before she like.
Oh,
I Kissed a Girl had like just come out, so she hadn't like completely blown
Okay.
up yet.
Mm.
But yeah, it was wild. And then like right after that, she got
Yeah.
huge. But I remember she was dating Travis McCoy at the time, so I think they were on the tour together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird looking back and seeing all the people that used to play Warped
I
Tour.
know. I know. The year I was on there was Bring Me the Horizon. I think Sum 41 did it for a little while. You know how sometimes they pop on for like a couple of weeks. And
Right.
pop
Yeah.
off. Yeah, it's crazy how many bands were doing it back then.
A lot of bands loved it.
It was hot though.
Oh yeah.
Bet.
Oh, so hot.
Yeah, in New Mexico, ours was in Las Cruces, which is like the southernmost part of the state, and we just practically died every time. But then next year you do it all over again and be like, all right, let's go.
We've been through there, but in the winter time.
Okay.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, going to Warped Tour on Randall's Island in New York, it was just like you knew you were going to come back and be coughing up dust and dirt for like 3 days afterwards. But looking forward to it then. Like, yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah, there was a lot of parking lots and stuff they seemed to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of your songs resonates with you the most personally, and why?
You want to go first?
No, go for it.
I don't know. I would say Bruce Lee is a really cool one for me.
I was going to say pop punk.
Pop punk song. That's a cathartic one for sure. Yeah. And also Tarantino. Again, because that was kind of the one really I feel like sort of got everything started.
Mm-hmm.
We filmed that.
Yeah, we filmed that in Joshua Tree. Yeah. But yeah, probably one of those three. I have a love-hate relationship with pop punk song. Sometimes it's fun to play, and then other times it's like, okay, screaming my head off. But
like it.
So therefore, it stays.
It's in our top 5 on Spotify, so we usually have to play Pop Punk song live.
I think the one that I was listening to after Big Shot, it was actually Pawn Shop.
Oh, Pawn Shop.
It's like, I was like, hang on a second. So what is the story behind that one?
Pawn Shop is a special one, man. It's funny. It gets the most play now in like casinos and stuff, which I think is hilarious. Probably because of the but so a lot of them are like conceptual, you know, and that was started like we grew up going to pawn shops, you know, like, you know, that's where we got our guitars and stuff like that. And so I had this idea, prank really, like, what if I go buy this guitar, you know, and the sales associate's like, oh, you know, it's like sell, you know, and then I go smash it and then take it back and try and return it and be like, my dog ate it or something. And so that's what we did, and I hated smashing that guitar because it was I got it for $50, but it was awesome. It was an Ibanez. It was a great guitar. We have it in the hallway to the studio now. But yeah, so that's what we did. You know, you can see the video, but we smash it along with the bass. We got for I think like $20 or something, and then we go back in Nashville and try to return it. They kicked everybody out. I was the last one there. They kicked all the camera people out, and I was still just going, you know, just kind of messing with them. And they kicked us all out eventually. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep.
That was tough.
So it's definitely a fun song. All of them are, but I'm like, hey, actually, this is kind of funny.
The thing, I feel like a lot of our music has humor in it, and I feel like that's kind of a lot of like having a little bit of the tongue-in-cheek sense of humor.
Having fun with it.
Yeah, having fun with it. Yeah, being a little, you know, sarcastic or silly or whatever.
It's my first language.
Yeah.
Good way to be.
For sure.
So is there anything that you have always wanted to try or learn that you haven't done yet?
Ooh, I don't know. We've been skydiving a couple times.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep getting more tattoos.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Right.
A tattoo today. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something we haven't done. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what about you guys? Is there something that comes to mind?
Not in particular, actually. It's like if I want to do something or if I want to learn something, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go do it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's fine. We're all living life how we want to. Yeah.
Especially after COVID, those years just kind of went. It's like, no more of that.
Right.
Still, like last year or something. Like 3 years.
Yeah, those were tough times for sure. But
well, we're moving in the right direction. Hopefully, nothing like that ever happens again.
Right.
Oh, I know.
Right. Most of us have had it at this point. We tried so hard not to get it. We tried everything, and then eventually we got. I have asthma, so they're like, "Oh, but it lives, you know." And our air conditioner during that time. Yeah. So that wasn't fun, and it was in the summer, or like late spring, early summer. So
no.
In 3 degrees temperature, and then it was like 100 outside.
Yeah.
It just made it worse.
This is great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I feel like we almost sweated out or something. Yeah. Tough time.
Yeah, I ended up with it. What was it? Last month.
Oh.
And
it was November. Yeah. We had an interview, and she got on for the interview, and she's just like sitting there with her hat, like her
down like this.
Like, you don't have to be on camera for this.
All right, so glad everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough, but yeah. I think now it's a little better that.
Yeah, we've all kind of had it, and I don't know. We just watched like a ton of Beavis and Butthead when we had COVID. We just sit there like drooling. Yeah, it was like on our level, you know. It's like, oh my god. And then I got a concussion too, so I felt like extra slow during that time. It was like all like there was a lot happening for sure.
felt really foggy. And well, even on the interview with her, and I'm like, okay, you know what? No, I'm just going back to the chat, and I'm going back to
Oh,
bed. Like,
Like
yeah.
stare at the wall for like
you know, it's sad but true. Like, I stared at a blank TV for probably about an hour with the same TikTok playing over and over again. I was
Oh,
like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
it'll do.
And it lasts, the fog like lasts for a while. I remember like, because what I do for work is I process checks.
Okay.
So trying to like look at a screen all day and process
Oh,
checks, and like I thought
no.
I was better, and I'd be like zoning out, like I can't do this.
I work with fun chemicals, so like even going back to work after I got rid of it or after I was testing negative, I was still, yeah, no, I'm not touching this stuff or the hair color. This is all to you. I'm going over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
What is the best way for your fans and new fans to support you?
Well, we have a Patreon, so that's cool.
That is cool.
Started a month or two ago, right? I think that's kind of fun. You can hear like the whole next record
Cool.
as we work on it, which is kind of cool. So like the whole album's there now, and then it's like the mixes get updated as we add, guitars, whatever. And also that's cool because then you can see who all the guest features are too ahead of time.
Awesome.
That is
But yeah, yeah, sharing. I don't know, man. We're everywhere. We just appreciate people caring, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, does anybody else in the chat have any last questions?
Ask now or forever hold ye.
Right?
You'll never get to ask again.
I feel like one of
Oh, they
the
definitely will.
yeah, get the Patreon. There's a tier where you get like a bunch of free stuff too, like a free T-shirt and stuff like that. So
Cool.
if that's something.
That's awesome.
And questions.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Marla.
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us too. It's great.
so much
Great to
fun.
chat with you.
Yeah.
Of course. Thanks for
We'll
coming.
definitely have to have you back too.
For sure.
Yeah. Cool. Please do. You guys, it's great what you're doing, supporting the scene, having, local bands, regional bands and stuff like that on. It's it all helps a lot. So thank you guys for doing what you do.
Thank you for doing what you do. Awesome music, keeping us entertained.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day.
All right, you guys too. Thanks for having us. See you, everybody.
Bye.